Welcome back to Fast Money. The Bitcoin bloodbath continues as the cryptocurrency collapses through a critical level. How bad could the carnage get? Our Bob Pisani is at the NYSE with the latest. Hi, Bob.
Oh, the charts are ugly, Melissa. It was another rough day for Bitcoin, which has gone on a complete round trip from a little over 9,000 at the end of November to 20,000 in mid-December. Remember that? And all the way back down to a little over 9,000. This is what technicians call a head and shoulders top, and it's a very negative pattern. It's now below its 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages. And regulatory risk, as you know, has been a major issue for all of the cryptos. So today, the traders focus on comments from India Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, who said the government does not consider cryptocurrencies legal tender or coin and will take all measures to eliminate use of these crypto assets in financing illegitimate activities or as part of the payment system. Now, many misinterpreted this statement as implying there would be an outright ban on cryptocurrencies or trading, but that's not really the case. Indeed, Jaitley went on in his speech to say the government will explore use of blockchain technology proactively for ushering in the digital economy. That's hardly a ban. Finally, Bitcoin's drop has been so precipitous. It's down 35% this year alone, 55% from the December high. Some are now speculating other cryptocurrencies could surpass Bitcoin's market cap, which is currently down to just $154 billion. Ethereum, for example, while down in the last couple of days, is up more than 40% this year with a market cap now of $100 billion. That's roughly two-thirds the value of Bitcoin. Now, Ripple is a distant third at $38 billion. Ripple also down nearly 40% so far this year. Back to you, Melissa. All
right, thank you, Bob. Bob Pisani at the NYSE. And if Ethereum does overtake Bitcoin in terms of market cap, some in the crypto world are referring to that as the flippening. So let's play a little Would You Rather here. Bitcoin or Ethereum? We turn to our resident expert, BK.
So in general, if I had to close my eyes and buy one coin for the next year, it would likely be Ethereum. There's so much development going on that, and that's ultimately what where the value comes of this. But there's thousands and thousands of the smartest minds in the world working to build projects on top of Ethereum. Now, I know Bitcoin has some stuff going on as well, Rootstock and a Lightning Network. There is a catalyst there, but if close your eyes, buy one coin, it's Ethereum.
Tim?
Yeah,
You're
look,
in Ethereum.
Ethereum's the only one I own. And again, it's kind of in a simplistic way, it's proof of concept because you are seeing all this development going on. You know, what we've heard all along about Bitcoin is at least that, yes, there is a limited supply out there. There is a scarcity value, but that there's also, from a technology perspective, there are either more complex or better use cases out there. So that's been my call on Ethereum. I do think if you look at the charts and you look at what's been happening to Bitcoin, I mean, today was an important day just for people that look at technicals because it sliced right through that 100-day. It has been respecting certain levels along the way, and today it did not.
All right, well, our next guest bought his first Bitcoin in June 2013. He's been along for a lot of price swings, sees a cryptocurrency flying high to 20,000 by year-end. Let's welcome Ron Neuner, the founder of On-Chain Capital, host of CNBC Africa's Crypto Trader, the world's first, and I think only, cryptocurrency show. Well, besides what we try and do every day on Fast Money. Ron, great to have you with us.
Well, nice to be here. Thank you.
But the road to 20,000 is not going to be an easy one.
Yeah, but Bitcoin goes up and Bitcoin goes down, and Bitcoin goes up and down very quickly. If you recall, a few months ago, we were sitting right here and Bitcoin was under $8,000, and it shot up to $20,000 in less than 2 weeks. So this is nothing new. We've seen Bitcoin go up and we've seen Bitcoin go down. We've seen it go down 50% at a time, but it's quite a resilient currency, commodity, asset that just keeps going up afterwards.
But you're saying we could see Bitcoin bottom around 7,500. How do you come up with that level?
So I'm thinking around $8,000 is probably near the bottom. Maybe it'll go down to $7,500. But I can't see it going much under that because there is a big uptake and there's a lot of retail money that's gone into Bitcoin.
All right, well, we played Would You Rather with BK here. We'll play with you. Bitcoin or Ethereum?
I want to say that BK has changed his tune because I asked him not so long ago and he said he wanted to buy Bitcoin. So I would definitely be buying Ethereum now. Again, for the reasons that there are the smartest people in the world all developing on Ethereum. I went to their developers conference in Cancun earlier this year. There were 2,500 of the smartest people in the world, the smartest people I've ever seen, working and developing on the Ethereum protocol. Now, Bitcoin has one or two use cases at max. It's either a currency or a store of value, depending on which school of thought you go to. But Ethereum is a platform for multiple uses. You can do hedging, betting, voting, sports, etc., all on the Ethereum network. So to me, Ethereum is like the big network, and Bitcoin has two use cases.
In terms of the use of a cryptocurrency as an actual replacement for money, I mean, you come from South Africa, that's your home. And in Africa, there are plenty of use cases for a cryptocurrency because of the vast numbers of people who are unbanked, the instability of some currencies in various countries. So there is real use case. So in terms of the cryptocurrency that would be used for money, what would that be? Would it be Bitcoin, or would it be something else, Bitcoin Cash, or some other crypto out there?
Currently, where Bitcoin is not ready to be a currency. It's not fast enough. It can't scale enough. The blocks are too small. They clear themselves every 10 minutes. So Bitcoin currently is not a currency. And I think that there are other blockchains and other applications that have characteristics that are much more suitable to be a currency, to clear quicker. Well, for one, Digibyte, for example, clears every 15 seconds. Litecoin has much faster clearances. But none of the blockchains today are ready for the scale of real-world currency transactions.
So why does this have a base at $7,500, $8,000 that you feel pretty comfortable with? Why is this going to hold ground? Nothing I've heard so far tells me it's going to hold ground.
Because I see Bitcoin more as a store of value. I see Bitcoin more as a digital gold, as opposed to a currency. Now, if you ask me, would I hold gold at $1,300 an ounce, or would I hold the Bitcoin at 7,000? I'd hold Bitcoin for sure. Why? If I want to move a block of gold, I need to get a track in it. If I want to move a Bitcoin, it's just phone to phone. So for me, I see Bitcoin as the digital gold. It's a digital store of value, and I think people are adopting it as that.
But let me ask you a question on that. The digital gold aspect, if I get the scarcity value of it, but there's the adoption sort of portion that, you know, in the valuation metric that people are looking at and saying that needs to occur for this to really take off. So how can you look at it and say just digital gold or scarcity value is going to drive the price or support the price when you don't have adoption yet?
We don't have adoption because it's been quite difficult to open an account and to start buying. But if you look, there's real-world developments. So Robinhood has now promised free Bitcoin trading.
Starting today, in fact.
It started today, and I was watching the volumes earlier, and the volumes went through the roof. Now, when you see things like that, we're making it easier for the retail investor to start buying Bitcoin. Let's be honest. This cryptocurrency market is a year old. So yes, Bitcoin started in 2008, but it's only last year when Ethereum came onto the scene that this cryptocurrency market became retail. And so only for 1 year have consumers been able to start buying, and it's quite difficult. If you want to buy, you got to find an exchange. The exchange must accept currency in your country to get fiat currency into the exchange. That's quite difficult. When you do, to trade Bitcoin is not as easy as to trade stocks. You can't phone a broker to say to the broker, hey, broker, please buy Bitcoin for me. I think 2018 is the year where the mechanisms to allow retail consumers to get into cryptocurrencies start to open themselves up.
And that does what to the price? Does it mean that the price is more volatile, or does that mean that the price is more stable? I
think the price will become more stable. I think the volatility came when there was not enough buyers and not enough sellers, and the price went like that. But as we saw with Bitcoin, as compared to the other cryptocurrencies, when people started to buy, Bitcoin became much more stable. And the rest of the cryptocurrencies where people couldn't buy them still had that volatility. So you take the last 3 months or 4 months, Bitcoin was quite stable relative to the rest of the market. You look at the lower currencies, they were going up 50 and 60% a day and going down 50 and 60% a day.
Right.
So I think that will make the price much more stable and less volatility.
Rand, great to have you here. Thanks for visiting. Hope to see you again. Come back when you're in this neck of the woods.
Thank you.
Rand Neuner of CNBC Africa, hosting the only cryptocurrency show, so you should check that out. It's online.
Great show. A lot of good insight on that. A lot of big players in the crypto scene. So you know, I would definitely check it out.
But in terms of the retail investor coming in, it seems like the retail investor really likes smaller coins.
Well, that has been the trend, right? So, but here's the thing, is that Bitcoin still is that on-ramp, as Rand was mentioning, right? The first thing you do when you're buying into crypto is you buy Bitcoin. Then you take that Bitcoin, you transfer it out, and you start buying the other coins. So retail likes coins that are under $5 because they think they can buy more. It's the same discussion we had when we were talking about Amazon, right? Oh, people don't want to buy it because it's $1,400. So people like those smaller coins. That's been a phenomenon. But as more money comes into the system, as more retail comes in and institutional as well, you're going to see dispersion among these coins, and it's going to look more like a regular asset class that we know, like in the stock market.